Hello everybody, Flik here, welcome to Let's Chat, my weekly vlog series, posted every Monday at lunchtime if you're in the UK. The dog is on the bed because she's trying to take the plate that has the leftovers of my breakfast on it. Maya, you can be seen right now, I want you to know that. I can see you because I'm looking at the preview monitor. I see you going to... No, that plate is not yours. Maya, you leave that plate alone, it's not yours. Seriously though, I can see you doing it. I know you think I can't because I'm not looking at you. But I can see you. See? Hello there. What are you doing up there? I'm going to have to move that plate because she's allergic to many things, including the remnants of Pop-Tarts. Yeah, it's gone now. What are you going to do? Don't just stare at me. There might be crumbs, I suppose, if I tipped it a little bit. Hello, I see you. This is only the second time... Oh, so you almost fell off the bed there when you leant forwards. I think this is only the second time she's ever gotten on the bed while I'm recording a vlog. You like that? I've got to get on now though. Okay? Don't fall off by accident. Can it lean back a little bit or you'll fall off? Alright, you're on your own now. If you fall off, it's your own damn fault. I've let go. Alright, she's down on the ground. She's probably going to try and give me toys now, but that's fine. As I was about to say before that happened, probably going to be quite a quick vlog because there's not many comments on last week's and I have other things to do. I'm trying to get a lot of recording done. First of all, got some news, some good news and bad news. So we'll get the bad news out of the way. The checker for fibre optic broadband has updated now that we're into the start of the range where it was claiming I would get fibre optic broadband July this year to December this year. It's updated to now say between January 2016 and June 2016. So clearly that estimate was not accurate. I'm thinking now the original estimate I was given by the government when I emailed and asked is probably the true one, which was June 2016. So that's obviously just under a year away now, which is sucky. It means I'm still not going to be able to get onto Twitch and live stream for a long time. That ruins quite a few plans I had. Pardon me, and was holding out for. I can't do anything about it. So it's still going to be the old-fashioned way, videos on YouTube, and that's it for now. Anyway, the good news I had is that I'm still trying to work on channel variety in the sense that I know that I've been a little bit lax in doing look-at videos. So I've recorded a bunch. Also, there's that Pop-Tart again. I shouldn't record these right after eating breakfast. So I've recorded a bunch. You'll probably be... Actually, you saw one last night. You're going to see another one tonight. And then I think in a couple of days you're going to see another one. And I'm trying to be a bit more diligent going through my emails and finding games to take a look at. I've found, like, usually if I don't have a lot to say about a game after I try it, I'm put off by doing a video on it because it would end up being 15 minutes. I'm no longer like that, so a lot of these are just like 15-minute look-ats because I don't have much to say, it's just showing off a game to you. Which is the point of the series, it's not meant to be a review in most cases, so that's why I've started doing more. If I find a game where I don't have much to say about it, as long as I can show something that you might be interested in, I'm still going to cover it. That's my new kind of ethos regarding the look-at videos. So there is more of those to come. I hope you're all still enjoying Ark. I'm enjoying playing it. I'm getting more and more into it. I like the exploration aspect. I've started branching out from my hovel, as I call it in the series. And I'm at the point... She's on the bed again, I don't know why. I'm at the point now where I'm planning my second settlement and the ability to travel between the two. As far as for what I've tamed and what I haven't tamed, I'm not going to spoil that, but things have happened, let's put it that way. So that's going to continue. I'll still be doing the odd video on Final Fantasy XIV when and if I do any, like, you know, fancy boss battles. There isn't really any other way to do content on that, I think. Still carrying on with the series that are going on right now. As for any other brand new series starting up, on Saturday's video I pitched a new idea to patrons in the Nuclear Throne episode that went live on that day, so if you are a patron, go listen to that and let me know what you think of the idea I pitched, because it would also affect people who aren't Patreon backers as well, potentially in one of two ways. So there's that, and with that, let me scroll down. Also, do you want me to shove myself to the side a little bit so you can see the dog better? She's sleeping there. I'll do that so you can see her. Although now I'm off center when I'm reading the questions, but I'm always off center because my monitor is tilted slightly. Anyway, the first question was from Red. If you could erase any one game from existence, what would it be? Also, for some reason I can't post in comments, only replies. That's weird. Are you doing it via Google+? If so, don't. Are you doing it via the YouTube app? That might be an issue with it, although it got updated the other day there, so... Give it a go on this one. You should be able to just post comments normally. I can see your reply though, so at least it's working in that sense. If I could erase any one game from history, what would it be? Oh, there's so many. I would erase Call of Duty 1, not because I dislike it. Well, wait, sorry. When I say Call of Duty, I mean, sorry, I meant Call of Duty 4, the first one that was modern. That was 4, right? Modern Warfare, yes. And that's not because I didn't like it. I actually thought the first Modern Warfare game was pretty good. However, it started the industry on a trend that I really wish didn't happen. So to save us, I would erase a game that I actually thought was pretty good from history. Maya disagrees. What game would you remove? No? No other comments? Okay. Everybody's a critic. Was that your only question? If I had to pick another one, actually, let's think. For the same similar reasons, I might say like Assassin's Creed 1, just so it doesn't start Ubisoft down that route where they just make the same game every time. Not just in Assassin's Creed, but in all the games they in-house produce. Open world, generic hero with marketable clothing does, you know, we've all probably read Ubisoft game review. So anyway, moving on. Monty Owen says, are you used other weapons than Sword and Shield Monster Hunter P3? To translate, I think you're asking, am I going to use any other weapons other than Sword and Shield in my portable third playthrough? I have no plans to, but I may do if I find Sword and Shield variety lacking, and also they're very weak. The Real McCoy, this is the follow-up to the question he asked last week regarding Triss and Yennefer in Witcher 3. I agree with you. I think Yen was supposed to be a maternal figure for Ciri, with Triss being more of an older sister. Yeah, I agree with that. Are you into Gwent? I've spent countless hours trying to complete my deck. It's quite worrying. I've heard that it's really popular. I've only played like 2 games of Gwent within The Witcher 3. I like the strategic aspect. I think they're actually on to something really good, and they should definitely do a standalone release. Maybe even for free. And it would have a genuine chance of competing with like Hearthstone and crap like that. That said, I haven't really. I was just focusing on the game itself. I still haven't finished it because I got to the true end. I know I said a while back that I thought it was at the end, and it turns out the game just kept on going. I'm at the end now for sure, and I always get this way with RPGs where I don't want it to end, so I put off just ever doing the last little bit. I will eventually. But anyway. Gwent, I like the idea of it. I like that it has a strategic element. If you over commit to winning the first round, you're going to get annihilated the second round. I could try and explain the rules if people don't know how it plays, but it's better to just kind of experience it for yourself. No, Triple Triad in Realm Reborn / Final Fantasy VIII, that's a card game kind of like up my alley. And I'm so glad that they brought Triple Triad back for Realm Reborn. Kuno K says, best pizza toppings. Then you also have a second question, but first one, we have a pizza in this country called the Boston Pizza. Or maybe it's just what my local Indian restaurant names it. I'm not entirely sure if it's copywritten or something. It's a pizza, typical margarita, you know, cheese, tomato, etc. with doner kebab meat, which is lamb, if you aren't aware, on it with an extremely spicy Boston sauce underneath the cheese. Not good for you at all, very spicy, also very nice. Or, you know, just failing that, just doner kebab meat on a pizza I quite like, even though doner kebab meat is terrible for you. Ark is a fantastic series, by the way, pretty enjoyable, and I like the blind playthrough aspect. I am glad you do, and I hope that that continues as the series goes on, because I don't want people getting frustrated that it looks like I'm not listening to feedback because I record in advance so that it can be a daily series. I'm learning. I mean, I think the part that's going live on the day I'm recording this, let me just double check that. Also, I hear you cleaning yourself, dog. And then she slid back down. And yeah, I think the part that's going live tonight... Well, if not tonight, over the weekend. So it was over the weekend, so you've already seen this. Yeah, it was the part where I died twice. Like, I'd went so long since dying. I hadn't died since the first part. Get to the part called Shark. Well, actually, no, I technically only died once, but I think I did die the second time. But the game kind of glitched and didn't kill me. It just kind of like broke my arm or something, or my arm got left behind. I'm not sure, but it was very funny. I liked that part a lot. J. Andrews says, so at time of this video posting, in other words, last week's Let's Chat, I now have a 2DS. This is a glorious step forward in joining you for the Monster Hunter 4 nights. I do not currently have the game, however. You can pick it up for cheap. Well, wait, are you in the UK? If you're in the UK, you can get it for $19.99 from like Game and Amazon. But I should have my hands on the game itself by the time you post your next video. Well then, we'll see, won't we? So with any luck, I will be joining you on your Saturday night Steam night. If anyone will be able to assist me, people are usually willing to help out if you turn up an hour early before the start time. Like, the start time is 7 PM UK time, but people usually start turning up in the chat like 4:30. It's a bit ridiculous, but they don't mind helping out. I usually try and turn up an hour early to help, but it's not always possible depending on whether or not I'm uploading. So with any luck, I'll join you. I will post the HR I get to on your next video. Did you do that? I can't remember. Anyway, we've got a couple more comments and then that'll do it. As I said, this is going to be a short one, but I hope the percentage of the dog in this one will make up for it. Andrew McCarran, I think. Oh, I have Patron shoutouts to do, so I'll do that at the end. I remembered before finishing. Wanted to say something on the indie and AAA games divide growing larger as far as graphics go. With the emergence of several big name engines going either free to use like Unreal Engine 4 or low monthly subs like Unity or CryEngine. What are they charging per month? I'm not actually sure. It's easier than ever for virtually anyone to get their hands on powerful engines that will help them build amazing products. Granted that high-res textures still need to be created, but I think it's easier than it's ever been for indie developers to compete with AAA developers. That's assuming that the indie devs want to do a AAA graphical experience. I actually find that most of them don't, because most of them are my age, where they grew up with games of a certain type that aren't really as prevalent these days, and they want to recreate nostalgia. So yeah, there is the ability for AAA indie games, I guess you could say. Many of them don't want to do that kind of game. That's why they're indie. That's why they stay independent. They can, but most of the time they don't. I'm not saying that like super pretty graphical indie games don't exist, because they absolutely do. I don't know if Ark is classed as an indie game or what the developer's done in the past. I haven't actually looked. I'm going to look into that now, actually. I'm curious if they've done anything. But I would definitely say it's one of the prettier, not AAA published games I've played for quite some time. It needs work, it needs optimization, but it's still very pretty. Oh, Steam Store page, please load when I press the button. They're by... oh my god, they've got 4 developers listed. That's a little weird. Alright, well let's pick one at random and see if they've done anything else on Steam. I'm willing to bet, given that there's 4 developers, that they're all kind of just amalgamated. No, this is the only thing they've done. I would say that probably classes as indie unless they've had funding from outside larger sources. It's definitely a pretty looking game. You can stop at moments in Ark and just have amazing vistas with just a dinosaur plodding past you. I love it when that happens. Also, to go back to the comment, also I recently subbed and have been thoroughly enjoying your Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne playthroughs. Thank you very much. Just about to start on the New Game Plus playthrough. Well, get ready because the salt increases drastically in that playthrough. And your Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate series, as I'm currently playing through it as well. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Andrew. I'm going to thumb up your comment live. Well, it's not live, I lied. But I'm recording it live, kind of. No, wait, that makes no sense either, because that'd be like I had people watching live. I don't know. I thumbed up your comment right now. And finally, Mina Tips Shu, I hope I said that right. Watching your Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn video made me long for the days of my time with Final Fantasy XI. From what you said, it sounded like you played it as well. Yes, I played it for about 7 years. Oh, you went on to ask how long for. 7 years, give or take. What was your favourite job and sub-job combo? Dark Knight was my main, with Warrior sub. Although that was just murder for getting parties, especially after they added Samurai. So I switched to Ninja, and that was Warrior sub as well, right? Although eventually I played with like having Dancer as a sub just to piss people off. That was fun. But yeah, I kind of Dark and Ninja, and when I wanted to just do stuff by myself, Beastmaster with... what was my sub for Beastmaster? Was it White Mage? No, that doesn't sound right. I don't know. Beastmaster was my go-to eventually, because I'm a lone wolf. I like playing by myself, so I wanted. That's the only class that could do it back then. I think they changed it now. I loved Beastmaster. I really hope they add it to Realm Reborn. Actually, I liked Blue Mage as well. Did a lot of that. I mean, hell, at one point or another, I tried every class, but in terms of ones I actually put significant time into, Dark Knight, Ninja, Beastmaster in that order, Blue Mage, and then kind of middling between Summoner and Red Mage towards the end. And I kind of got addicted to collecting AF2s from Dynamis because that's all that interested me at the end. Anyway, to finish your comment, I played 11 for almost 10 years. That's almost as long as my sister, I think. She still plays to this day, and I regret ever getting her into it. And while it was meant for solo play, I was one of the people who enjoyed the challenge of trying to solo. My favourite job combo was Dancer with Beastmaster sub. Does that work? Oh, you have a read more. I'm considering trying Realm Reborn again. Realm Reborn is at its best at the moment, I would say, so give it a go. There's a free trial on Steam, so there's no harm. So yeah, Beastmaster as a sub for Dancer. I mean, I stopped playing not that long after the kind of like the expansion that added Dancer and... What got added in the Dancer patch? That wasn't when Blue Mage was added, because that was with Puppet Master and something else, right? I can't remember. Either way, of the two classes that got added, was that when they added Scholar actually? Was it Scholar and Dancer? I think it was. Every time a new expansion came out, and they always added at least 2 new jobs, usually 3, I always picked one of the new jobs to try. And it was like Blue Mage for Organ, and then in the one that added Scholar and Dancer, I think, as fruity as Dancer was, and as fruity as the AF looked, Dancer was actually a really, really good class in Final Fantasy XI. It was amazing. It could make you attack so quickly. I loved it. In fact, I think one of the earliest videos on my channel is me showing off how fast a Dancer with like no other help, no spells or subs, could attack. I think that's still up. Yeah, I loved Final Fantasy XI. I think Realm Reborn, not the original version of Final Fantasy XIV, but Realm Reborn, builds on what I like about it. They've made the combat look far more over the top and more exciting. You can solo as every class. You still have to group for solo stuff, for story stuff rather, but the way they do it with the Duty Finder, if it draws from all servers in your cluster, is a very clever way to try and make sure that you never really spend as long looking for a group as you had to in Final Fantasy XI. So they modernised it in a good way, I think. And that was the last comment, plus I think I might hear the postman coming and I might have to answer the door. I think we'll be able to tell by her there whether or not that's actually the case. So thank you very much for listening. It's another short one, but that's okay. Feel free to leave a comment and I'll read it out and I'll talk about whatever you want. And I might have something to show off. In fact, oh, Patron shoutouts, I forgot. I'm doing my bloody outro and I have dedications to do. I'll turn bright because I minimised the game. I think next time I should have some Japanese candy to show off, that's for sure. Where is my list? My to-do list. That's right, I keep a to-do list on my desktop because otherwise I would forget absolutely everything, but I can't lay my eyes on it. There we go. Okay. Apologies for the lateness. Oh, that's way too bright. There we go, that's better. Maya, I've got shoutouts to do. Can you be quiet for 1 minute? That sounds like something maybe stopping outside. I'm just going to talk over the dog barking because she's probably going to bark. But hey, you get to see the dog some more. Maya. Oi. Oi. What are you doing? Is that where there's crumbs? Oi. Oi, 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 oi. Don't ignore me. I really hope I don't have to answer the door. That's why I'm kind of holding off for a second because I'll just do a cut. I think it was a bus stopping. Alright, with the dog in view, I'll sit to the side so you can see her. Thank you to the following people for supporting me on Patreon. If you don't know what that is, it's a monthly support thing for my channel. It helps me carry on creating content daily, multiple videos per day. You get an exclusive video every Saturday, and depending on the pledge level you do, you get shoutouts, you get video dedications, and so on. There's more information in the description box and of every video basically. So thank you to the following people for for June. I know what month it is, maybe. Apropos of nothing, Carneris, Greg the Howler, Taya Blake, Yuki, Dragonakis, Terravolt, Good Rory, OC Callio, Nick Galodi, Michael Smith, Moose, Thaxton, Nick M, Grant Doty, Soul Food, Michael Millward, Amy Spain, Ryan Sadowski, Lenori, Fraser Macbeth, Casper MH, James Kilgore, Terrell Smith, The Newbie, and that one guy with the face. Thank you very much, and with that, I shall see you next week. Ta-ta for now.